In the turbulent heart of Tudor England, where the shadow of a colossal king still loomed large, one man rose to grasp the reins of power. His name was Edward Seymour, uncle to a boy king, and for a fleeting moment the most powerful man in the realm. This is the story of his meteoric rise and his tragic, inevitable fall, a tale of ambition, betrayal and blood played out on the grand stage of history. When the great King Henry VIII drew his last breath in 1547, he left behind a kingdom in turmoil and a 9-year-old son, Edward VI, to inherit the throne. The will he left was meant to prevent any single man from seizing control, establishing a council of regents to rule collectively. But Edward Seymour, the young king's eldest uncle, saw his opportunity. He was a seasoned soldier and a cunning politician. With swift and decisive action, he outmaneuvered his rivals on the council, arguing that a single strong hand was needed to guide the nation. Within days, he had himself declared Lord Protector of the realm and was soon elevated to the rank of Duke of Somerset. The protectorate had begun. Somerset was now the uncrowned King of England. He moved the young monarch into his own household, controlling access to the boy and by extension controlling the crown. He ruled with an authority that rivaled Henry VIII himself, issuing proclamations and bypassing Parliament. His ambitions were vast. He was a zealous Protestant determined to complete the English Reformation that Henry had started. Churches were stripped of their ancient Catholic imagery, prayer books were rewritten, and the very soul of England was set on a new, more austere path. This religious revolution was deeply unpopular in many parts of the country, sparking unrest and resentment among the common folk who clung to the old ways. His foreign policy was equally ambitious, focused on a single all-consuming goal, the subjugation of Scotland. Somerset dreamt of uniting the crowns of England and Scotland through the marriage of King Edward to the infant Mary, Queen of Scots. When diplomacy failed, he turned to the sword. In September 1547, he led an English army north and won a crushing victory at the Battle of Pinkie Cleugh. It was a brutal, bloody affair, but it failed to secure his ultimate prize. The Scots, defiant, spirited their young queen away to France, leaving Somerset's rough wooing in tatters and England's treasury severely depleted. Back home, the kingdom was simmering. The religious changes combined with severe economic hardship, enclosure of common lands, and crippling inflation ignited the flames of rebellion. In the summer of 1549, the country exploded. The Prayer Book Rebellion in the west and Ket Rebellion in the east saw thousands rise up in arms. Somerset, who styled himself as a friend to the common man, found himself crushed between his professed ideals and the harsh reality of governance. He hesitated, his response fumbling and indecisive. He was a soldier, yet he seemed unable to quell the chaos tearing his nation apart. His weakness was a scent of blood in the water for the sharks circling in his own council. Chief among them was the cunning and ruthless John Dudley, Earl of Warwick. While Somerset dithered, Dudley acted. He led the forces that brutally suppressed the rebellions, returning to London a conquering hero. He painted Somerset as a failed leader, a tyrant who had brought England to the brink of collapse. The council, once loyal to the Protector, now turned on him. In October 1549, the coup was swift. Somerset, sensing the danger, fled with the young king to Windsor Castle, effectively holding him hostage, but his support had crumbled. He was arrested, stripped of his titles and thrown into the Tower of London. His fall from grace was as sudden as his rise. For a time it seemed he might survive. He was released, even readmitted to the council, a shadow of his former self, but he could not accept his diminished role. He began to plot his return to power, a fatal miscalculation. John Dudley, now the Duke of Northumberland and the new Master of England, would not tolerate a rival. In late 1551, Somerset was arrested again, this time on fabricated charges of treason and felony. His trial was a sham, a piece of political theatre designed for one outcome. While acquitted of treason, he was found guilty of felony for plotting to overthrow the government. The sentence was death. On the cold, crisp morning of January 22, 1552, Edward Seymour, once Duke of Somerset and Lord Protector, was led to a scaffold on Tower Hill. A great crowd had gathered to witness the end of the man who had, for a time, held England in the palm of his hand. he faced his death with courage, delivering a final, defiant speech proclaiming his innocence and his devotion to the Protestant faith. As he knelt to pray, the headsman's axe fell. A collective groan of sorrow rose from the crowd, many of whom rushed forward to dip their handkerchiefs in his blood, a final, grisly tribute to the fallen protector. His life was a stark Tudor lesson that power is a fragile, fleeting thing, and that the steps to the throne are often slippery with blood. He was a man of great ambition and vision, but also of fatal flaws. In the end, Edward Seymour became another ghost to haunt the tower, a testament to the brutal truth that in the game of crowns, you win or you die. Thank you for watching. If you found this journey into the dark heart of Tudor history compelling, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for more stories from the past. We'll see you next time.